Hi everyone, it's Sophie from Shut Eye here. It's day 9 of my visibility challenge. Thank you for sticking with me. I've got another useful hint and tip session for you today, and this is aimed at older children because I've been realising that I do a lot for younger children and babies. So I thought I'd do something for the older kiddies today. So I'm going to talk about sticker charts or reward charts, probably more specifically, and just talk about how useful or not they can be, because I know that when you have a toddler or an older child, you really want to be able to encourage them to sleep longer, or not wake up in the night, or not wake up so early in the morning. And giving them a reward can be a really useful thing to sort of build into your sleep routine, I guess. But a lot of the time it can work for a few days and then the kids just lose interest, or they just don't buy into it in the beginning at all. So if you have a kid that's quite easygoing, this can really help as a sort of like a temporary fix to really help you instill some good sleep habits for your children to make sure that they stay in bed maybe half an hour longer, or until you go and get them, or something like that. You put a sticker up in the morning on a chart that you've put in the kitchen, and it works. But for other children, they just, that the sticker chart, it might be that they're a bit old for it now, or they just don't have the buy into it because they're like, so what, a sticker, it's fine. I might get it for a couple of days and then I'm just not that bothered. I'd rather get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and play with my toys or do whatever I'm doing that is the sleep challenge you're faced with. So as an alternative, you might offer them a reward. So you might say to them, if you get a sticker in your chart for every day this week, because you do whatever it is you're asking them to do, and then you'll buy them a toy at the end of the week. And again, that can work really well initially, but once the child gets the toy, they play with the toy, as we know, they get bored with things really, really quickly. And again, the incentive to keep following the sleep rules that you might have introduced just wanes, and they're just not interested in it. So I just want to give you some hints and tips about how you can incorporate a reward chart into your sleep routine and your sleep rules, but just some alternatives how to get some buy-in from your children. And it's really about having a tangible versus an intangible reward for them, because a lot of the time, as I've just said, having a tangible reward like a toy, sweets, something like that, it's just something that's given instant gratification, and then it loses the impact for children. So as an alternative and some suggestions for you, I suggest that you give your child your time and your attention rather than an object or a sweet or something like that. So for example, it could be that rather than having it officially written on this reward chart, that you kind of surprise your child by saying to them, I expect you to not fight bedtime and to brush your teeth and to go to bed when mummy and daddy say so. And then at the weekend, you can turn around to your child and say, because you have managed to go to bed really quickly and mummy and daddy have had some time in the evening together, we've got loads more energy. So this weekend we're going to go to the park and we're going to play football with you for 2 hours, or whatever it is that, something that they like to do. When you're at the park and it's a sunny day, you can buy them an ice cream, but don't let the ice cream be the reward. Let the time with you doing something that they love be the reward for them. Another thing just around about what sleep can do, really sort of show them how positive sleep can be. Talk about the things that they like to do. Do they like to go swimming? What type of thing do they like to do? Do they like to read more or something like that? Kind of talk about how much energy and how much better they'll feel when they sleep longer, or go to bed without a fight, or if they're brushing their teeth for you now, you can say to them, that's really great, mummy and daddy are going to be able to treat you a little bit more often now, and you might be able to have a cake or some ice cream or something like that because you're brushing your teeth and keeping them clean. So kind of offer the rewards in that way, rather than, okay, you brush your teeth, you get an ice cream. So, but a really, really big thing for children is to have your time, and maybe one-on-one time with a parent if there's, you know, more than one sibling. But really, yeah, getting the attention from you. And as you're going through the week, keep reminding them, you know, of how much better you're feeling, how proud you are of them, and how great they're doing with their efforts to brush their teeth. Even if it's not going so great, focus on the positives. So yeah, I hope that helps for you. It's tangible versus intangible. So if you've introduced reward charts and they're just not working, try thinking about what your child really likes to do, giving them your time and energy and attention, and just doing something that they love to do. It might be, you know, just something like you just surprise them and say, oh, you know, you didn't get up until 6:30 this morning. Mummy's got so much energy. We can go to the shops, get all the ingredients for your favourite dinner, and, you know, we can make that together. Something like that. So you've got some, you know, one-on-one time. They get their favourite dinner. Everybody's happy. So yeah, I hope they found that useful for the older kiddies. This is kind of like, I guess, 2 years old and above, depending on how well, you know, they're going to understand what you're saying. But yeah, hope that's useful. As always, you know, feedback to me if you know, if you can try this with your children and it works well. Feedback, I'd love to hear from you. Or always, you know, share with your friends and family that might have some older kiddies that are struggling with sleep challenges or teeth brushing or stalling bedtime, something like that. But that's me done for now. I'll see you in day 10. Bye.